Well, good morning and welcome back to Tim's Brick Adventures. Today I thought I would kind of follow up on something that came out of a previous video where I talked about minifigs, and I introduced this in character encyclopedia as a way of figuring out what some of the figures were and stuff. And I had a lot of great comments. I had people ask me some questions and different things like that. So I thought, in an effort to keep things kind of funky and fresh, do something new, I would show off my rather extensive collection of these books and tell you, highlight some that I think are good or better than others, and just kind of give people that have never seen them before an idea of what they are, where they get them, and what good they are. So with that, I'm gonna just do a quick show you my whole collection, and then we're gonna come back and I'll just pick a few to kind of pick through and point out some things I feel might be helpful. So let's start going through the library. So yes, I have acquired quite a few Lego books. Not all of them are about figures, and some of them are building and different things like that. And there's a lot of great books for that too. I will say a lot of these are on Amazon. I did some checking. And the one character encyclopedia that I used on the CMF sets through year 1 through 10 is still available. And I think a lot of these are. Now, as you see, there's a lot of different themes. Here's a few more. So with that, I'm gonna pull a few off the shelf and let's talk about them. All right, so I've selected a few of these wonderful books to share with you. Here is one that talks about minifigures year by year. This is an older one. There is a new edition that's black that you get a free orange classic space astronaut. So it's kind of cool. This one was nice. You actually got 3 figures with this book, and it is still available on Amazon. Nice thing about it is it starts out, looks like the 90s, 88, and shows you a lot of little special hats and different torsos, a little bit of history. I believe this one starts the 80s, the very first minifigs, so 1979. Wow. I didn't realize how far. My Lego experience was in the 60s. Actually, no, in the 70s. I was born in 67, so I didn't have Lego until early 70s, and ours was very basic, didn't have all this. But it looks like we just kind of missed out. But living in Western Kansas, we had very limited toy stores to choose from. So we missed out on a lot of things that when we started going on vacations years later to the big cities and seeing things, discovered a lot of cool toys that we missed out on. But this is just a great overall book. Looks like it goes each year. It looks like they kind of highlight maybe what the new theme was. There's my favorite theme, the Western theme, 1996. That's good to know. I've kind of been saying I thought they came out in the early 2000s, but 1996. Just different things that you may or may not know that existed. Bricklink's great and it's quick, but you got to know what you're looking for. And I think really with these books, you kind of start thumbing through. It's a lot easier to see different figures, and then, or this will give you a better idea of keywords and stuff like that when you're doing Bricklink searches, or Brick Owl, or any of them when you're trying to find minifigs and stuff. There's different heads. I mean, they kind of go into different things, different features, and explain more about them. I mean, Lego, it's amazing. In just the 11 years, I guess, that I've been collecting and buying Lego, that how much it has just exploded as far as the number of heads and torsos and, you know, all the minifig parts. It's just incredible. And it makes it a lot more fun too. I was going to see here how far this goes. 2010. 2013. That's when this looks like the end of this. So I'm assuming that the new one will probably rehash all of this, a lot of the early years, but then go further up to probably at least 2020, because I think that book just came out last year or maybe the year before. So, and that's the most current, I think, that I know of, is the new one. And it's like 30 bucks. I mean, for what you're getting, it's a pretty good deal, pretty good bat. So that's just an overall minifig. The one that kind of, like I said, started it all was this one. And it's all the CMF collections up through series 10. So it's missing a lot. And I don't know why they haven't bothered to do a new one, because it would be awesome to have 11 through 21, I think. And we're getting ready this year. We'll probably see 22 and maybe 23. But, you know, when you're trying to figure out, you know, who all goes with each series, this is a great help. Or different parts, you know, or like I said, you buy a big bulk load of minifigs, these books will be great. I mean, to sit down, I mean, yes, it's probably easier, possibly easier on the computer, but this will give you a general direction and, you know, nice big pictures to see, and you read a little bit about each one. So, you know, it might give you some better ideas. See, now, like that fishing pole, I need to look and see. That looks a little different, but I don't know that I have that particular figure. I kind of let the ball slide. I was, in the beginning, when I first saw these, I just was buying the ones that I like, and then I got into really wanting to collect the whole series and then multiples of the, so. But this one is a good one, and like I said, it is still available. You can get it used really cheap, but that's a pretty cool figure. He's probably worth the 20 bucks to get the actual brand new book. I did find, I was looking, love that minifigure. It's just kind of a, I don't know if it's a favorites of someone, but they just kind of highlight certain figures. Looks like they kind of highlight some of the special ones and different themes and stuff. So I don't know how helpful this one would be. It just might be kind of a fun book. But again, it came with the zombie skateboarder or something. That was the thing. I minifigs are my downfall, so to speak. I gotta have them. I mean, I just did get this one because that's a unique Darth Maul figure, and I have all the Darth Mauls, and I just gotta have them all. But that being said, it's a relatively newer version of Star Wars. So not only does it have older figures, but like here, you know, all the different variations of the clone battle droids. Looks like kind of goes through. Now there's a lot of Star Wars encyclopedias, so to speak. So this one's a little more recent. But this would be a good one too, because there are so many Star Wars figures. So it gives you a little bit. There's another Star Wars. I was thinking some of these would probably have, yeah, here we go. So like this book, you look, I don't remember who the minifig was that came with it, but you can look. I'm sure Amazon still has this book as well, but see, there's different clones, so you can see, match them up, because that's the thing. There's a lot of Star Wars, and if you buy any bulk, more than likely you're going to pick up some clone troopers and stormtroopers, and it's very hard to, because they all have Some of them have special legs. I mean, they all coordinate. And, you know, these are easier, but then you get into like these that are all white with just maybe a different helmet, but the torso might be a little different. So this is a great book for quickly identifying, and then it makes it easier to go on Bricklink and find the price, because some of these clone troopers and stuff, you know, various part. I mean, if you just have the helmets and stuff, you might have a decent price, you know, something worth something. And I guarantee you some of these figures are worth some money. Oh, I saw him a minute ago. Yeah. Let's see. From the Rebels. I wish I knew my figures better, but my hand's kind of in the way and I'm flipping kind of fast. I was trying to find, I passed them a minute ago. Zebo. Oh, this even got the solo figures. So really these oh, here we go. Okay. Yes, right there. $100 figure. Because he only came with this set, the actuals, the ship. So now I will give you a little secret. You can pick the heads. At one point you could pick the heads up relatively cheap, and I think the legs and torso is the one that was hard to find. But you know, so if you wanted to party him out, I actually bought a couple of heads, and so I can make make my own version of him, or because I sold the set that I had it in, so it was worth it to do. Not very many people were big fans, but here's the Chima one. Same format. I mean, they're all made by DK. So, you know, and you will find you'll get some Chima. So now this has got all the sets and stuff too. It's not just the figures. So that helps too. You'll know a little bit more if you're getting parts and stuff from certain sets and things. You can, because they had some unique parts and things for their line. And then of course we got the DC superheroes. You know, I don't know if they've done a Marvel one, to be honest with you. For some reason, it's crazy. They do DC books, but don't do very many DC sets. They do a ton of Marvel sets, but that may be a DK thing. That may not have anything to do with Lego. But yeah, there's several superhero books. So there again, you know, great way to see who some of these figures are. Of course, Ninjago. Now, I don't know what happened. I kind of fell off the wagon, apparently. And so the last two books I don't have, so I just went and ordered them, actually. But this is kind of nice. This shows you this one in particular, and I'm pretty sure it's still available. Shows you year by year up through 2014. Yeah, up to 2014, all of the sets. So if you're trying, and I know it's tough because a lot of these, especially these older sets, are expensive, but you know, especially I think these, the very first run with the skeletons and stuff. But I will tell you too, and there's a lot of Ninjago in bulk buys and stuff, so a lot of people are able to piece them together and different things. The figs, you know, I don't know. I think there's some that are worth something. I have, knock on wood, I was just started collecting not long before these came out, and I'm a big martial art samurai, so when I saw Ninjago, I mean everything, and I have managed to buy everything Ninjago. So I try to keep up with that, and even even Nexo Knight had one book that I know of. It came with a special version of the wizard, and so like I said, I think pretty well all the themes are covered one way or another. There are some Harry Potter books. I don't have any of them for some reason. I do own a few sets, but now these Nexo Knights, some of these figures are surprisingly expensive. I wonder, there might be a newer version of Nexo Knight, because I don't see, the next wave was the Rock people, and those sets, I guess, are really going crazy. Yeah, this is just some of, I think, the initial wave or two. So there's probably another Nexo Knight book out there maybe. I need to do my homework on that. So with that, this is something, you know, like I said, something new. I haven't seen anybody else do a video on. These books are out there, probably half price books. You can probably pick them up relatively cheap. Now they may or may not have the minifigs, because that's why I started getting them, was because you got the special minifig. But like I said, if you don't care about that, there's opportunities to get them cheaper. And some of these you may or may not care if you get the figure or not. But they're a great resource and just kind of fun to look at once in a while. And I'm doing Lego art and stuff like that. A lot of reference material here for figures and different things. So definitely, if you haven't got any of them, check them out. And if you do, then you know what I'm talking about. So with that, we'll see you again. I hope you got some information, takeaways that do you some good from this. And as always, like if you like. If you don't like, apparently that's good too. And share. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd sure love to have you come back and keep seeing what I'm doing. I got several more videos on the list to make right away that I think you might enjoy. Kind of all over the place. I've got gonna hit on my Western build again, the new one that I just took to Brick Rodeo. So just come back, and I kind of found out there's a bell on there if you want to kind of keep up with when I do release a new video. Why, click on the bell. And I am getting better. I kind of fell off the wagon here. I went up and worked the Brick Fair New Jersey convention a few weeks ago, and then since I've been home, I've been kind of catching up with things because I was gone for a whole week for that. So, but I've got a lot of good stuff that I'm putting together, and so just keep on coming back, and I appreciate you. Thank you, and have a great day.